parties. The same I will quote report. I will not reproduce them, but I will go ahead and make the following remarks and findings. That on the onset, I want to state and agree with Counsel Baguma that this application was filed by about 13 law firms, as he has clearly said. This position is confirmed by the notice of motion which was filed, this notice of motion which was filed on 7th June, and at the end of this notice of motion, it is clearly stated that this application was jointly drawn and filed by those 13 law firms. Indeed, as Counsel Baguma has submitted, the applicants have been presented by more than 50 lawyers, but today I can say like 10 lawyers in total. However, I also agree that the applicants or the chosen persons have got a right of their choice of their own lawyer and who should and who should not lead. Because of that, I will grant this application with the following orders. 1. The applicants are given an opportunity to get additional lawyers of their own choice to beef up the team of the 13 law firms, of the 50 lawyers. I'm giving them up to 2nd July to get their own lawyers. However, I go ahead and say, as I'm giving the applicants the choice to assemble his team of lawyers, they should assemble from today, and by that date, 2nd July, the same team of his choice should file written submissions in this application by 2nd July at not later than 6 p.m. So the same lawyers of his choice in addition to the current ones. So if they do that, then the respondents should file their written submissions by 1st July. And I want to say 1st will be a Saturday, but I order that you have 5th, 4th, up to, we are now using weekends. So don't raise the issue of weekend. By 4th July at 6, file the written submissions regular. Then, rejoinder of the team, the applicant's choice, should file their rejoinder, if any, by 6th July, but not later than 6 p.m. Then, after that, the application which is said that was a file, which I have not seen, cannot stop this honorable court to give directions this matter which was filed before. So this application therefore will proceed on its own merit, and all the concerns from both sides should be put in their written submissions, of which those concerns in the written submissions will be addressed by this honorable court in its ruling, which will be delivered by ICNS, and images of the lawyers who filed this application. The ruling will be delivered on 8th July at 3 p.m. The outcome of this application will determine the main session number 335 of 2025, when the ruling is delivered on 8th at 3 p.m. I support.
My lords, before you take leave,
I'm extremely concerned with what is going on this afternoon. As you have heard, not have lawyers in the process leading up to today. The respondents have not been served up to today. Therefore, they could not have even responded. And this is because of what has been going on. You have heard, I know, that our lawyers are on the run. You are now advising us to assemble others who will not run. Because the person terrorizing them is the accused. This is why it's fundamentally important that if there is to be justice in this court, then the whole question of how we are represented should be addressed before this very application can be heard. Who are going to make submissions that you are ordering when everybody is on the run? So either it appears to me at the last sitting I did make a point here that Mr. Museveni should reenact the law of detention without trial. And this was advisedly because that's what it seems all this is aimed at. That we simply remain in detention because we cannot have lawyers, we cannot. The main case you are talking about, we have never seen the disclosures because facilities are. So, coming to this court, it seems we will be tried with our eyes covered, with our hands and feet tied, and with our lips zipped. How can we have justice in that case?
Which I have already said all the concerns. If you had my ruling, it will be addressed in that matter.
In which matter? Because you are telling us to make submissions. Who will make submissions? Because please don't run away.